Yeah, greetings. This is Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Talking today about Bronson, Charles Bronson, Salvador, yeah? It's day 2 of his hearing for parole. And he's had a psychologist appointed by his defence team, by the way. He's team acting for Charles Salvador. And the psychologist has said, and you can see the reports of this, it's on the BBC site, I believe. It'll be on the 2 other sites as well. Just look it up on the internet. They're saying that Charlie boy has been suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder for 48 years, by the way. I mean, you get that post-traumatic stress disorder when you load up the shotgun and go into the shop. You know, it starts to kick in then, doesn't it? Or when you've wrapped a governor up like a Christmas turkey. Definitely going to have PTSD with that. Or you've taken an art teacher hostage for 48 hours. That'll give you post-traumatic stress disorder. Usually if you're the art teacher, by the way, and you've got Charles Bronson dancing around you naked with a spear telling you that your life is over. But I must say, he did actually praise the art teacher. If you have been reading this, Charlie said to the art teacher, he said he thought he was his best hostage yet. He'd taken 11 hostages, by the way, but he said the art teacher was definitely his best hostage. Do you know why, folks? Because he didn't shit himself. I mean, if you got Charles Bronson with a knife to your throat saying he's going to kill you, and he's big enough, strong enough, mad enough to do it, yeah, then you might believe him and involuntarily download. You know what I mean? That'd give you PTSD. But seriously, I mean, Charles Bronson's, he's not immune to this, and he will have suffered in the prisons. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Having spent a great many years of my life working in things like the segregation unit at Strangeways, segregation unit at Wormwood Scrubs, been down the segregation unit at Walton Jail, Armley Jail, I've seen them. It's the end of the road. But if you think that the segregation unit's bad, the very worst place I've ever seen is the padded cells in the hospital. Because believe me, once you're in there, if you kick up, if you don't conform, if you would step out of line one time, you're going to get as many men as it takes to hold you down on the floor while some bastard with a syringe, full of chlorpromazine, jabs it straight into your jacksie and fills it full. Then a couple of days later you'll wake up. Seriously, that's what they used to do. I don't believe they do it now, because the hospital service in the prisons is not run by prison staff anymore. It's run by the National Health Service. When I was there, it was run by hospital officers, and who were basically prison officers who'd been to training school, nursing school. It was with the National Health Service, and it was also trained. I mean, with me, it was at Walton Jail. They had a training school at Walton Jail, and so you did that for about, it was only 3 months when I did it. I believe they extended it to 6 months, but nowadays they don't have them. They're National Health Service qualified, state registered nurses, and I don't think they're as willing to actually grab and jab, so to speak. It's a line, isn't it? Grab and jab. Anyway, Bronson's claiming that, or his psychologist is stating that he's suffering from PTSD, and likely what he bloody well would be. 48 years in virtual seclusion, so he's not exactly speaking and communicating with his fellow inmates a great deal. He's just interacting with the staff. In my experience of the staff, hand-selected, certainly they were at Strangeways, specially selected by Norman Brown. So he'd pick the biggest, baddest bastards in the place, like Bootsy, the school bully, Black Dog, the Chinese money box, all that lot. They'd wrap you up and not like a Christmas turkey. They'd wrap you up like a jigsaw puzzle in a box. Seriously, it was very difficult in them days. But I believe that Charles Bronson has been brutalised by the system, and the fact that he's at this stage and he can create art, he can converse. I mean, he's been before the parole board. He's making sense. I mean, he's been a little bit, shall we say, a little bit vulgar in his interactions with the parole board, who will not appreciate that, by the way. They won't appreciate it. You know, they expect to be treated with a certain degree of deference. But he's being Charles Bronson, Charles Salvador, yeah? Now, it has been suggested that he go to open prison first. The problem with that is, of course, in open prison, somebody's going to think, some wannabe is going to decide that they'll have a go. Listen, I'm telling you what happens, yeah? He's a name. He's notorious. Somebody's going to want to have a go. It's going to be the same when he gets out, and I believe he will get out this time. I believe 48 years for what? Eh? You get people who have been released after 15 years for raping children. He's never done anything like that. You get people who get released from prison after 15, 20 years for murdering people. Charles Bronson's never done that. And he will be traumatised. But I believe he can be helped back into society. And come on now, if the parole board are watching this, listen to him. That's just a bloke there who's been in, and he won't accept the nonsense that's thrown at him by the system. So he's kicked against it, and all that's happened here is they've stitched him up good and proper. And 48 years, that's exactly what they've done. You got his solicitors saying that Charles is a political prisoner. To a certain extent, he is, but the politics involve making inmates do what they're told, and Charlie Boy won't do that. So I say, let him out, PTSD and all. But we will see what we will see. And now is the time. Yes, Larry's running for the hills now. He's just grabbed Billy Goat Gruff. Big pair of wellies on. Up the Jolly Dancers. He's gone. Up the hills. Far away. Up the Yorkshire Moors. Anyway, thanks all of you for giving me some nice comments down here. And the people who are writing nice comments about my book on Amazon. Yeah, which is here, folks. There we go. That's it. John's book. On Amazon. Yeah. People are writing me nice reviews on Amazon. That's very kind of you. I'm now going to sing you a song. Special treat. Last warning. There it is. The final ding of the song dinger. And we've got it here. Here we are. This is a song my wife particularly likes, this song. Not when I sing it, by the way. This is a Roy Orbison song. It's In Dreams. He had a difficult life, you know, Roy Orbison. Despite the fact that he must have made a lot of money. Yeah, his wife got killed in a motorbike accident, didn't she? Yeah. Anyway, have a read of his life story. This is In Dreams. I like this song. It's featured in a movie called Blue Velvet. You've seen Blue Velvet? You've got to see Blue Velvet. A candy-coloured clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is alright. I close my eyes, then I drift away into the magic night. I softly say a silent prayer, like dreamers do. Then I fall asleep to dream my dreams of you. In dreams I walk with you. In dreams I talk to you. In dreams you're mine. all of the time we're together in dreams. But just before the dawn, I awake and find you gone. I can't help it, I can't help it if I cry. I remember that you said goodbye. It's too bad that all these things can only happen in my dreams. Only in dreams. In beautiful dreams. There you go. That wasn't much of a dream, was it? More of a bloody nightmare. But I tried. Happy days. Tales from the Jails, John G. Sutton. We'll meet again.